Hey guys, this is TheCompletionist and welcome to part 2 on how to complete Mega Man X. Let's not waste any time and let me show you how to complete the rest of this game. Now that we have Launch Octopus beaten, let's move on to the next Robot Master, which will be Sting Chameleon. In the Sting Chameleon stage, we have a total of 2 items we need to collect. It is important to note that we should defeat the Launch Octopus stage first, so that certain areas of the Sting Chameleon stage can be flooded, which will make the Heart Tank obtainable. In order to get the Heart Tank, we have to drop down into the first pit and slide down the wall. Only break enough blocks just to get to the other side of the wall, and then do a sliding dash jump across the large bottomless pit in order to get the Heart Tank. The next item we need is the last armor upgrade, and it's actually really close to the Heart Tank. When you're walking down the slope, just before you reach the pit, do a dash jump to the higher level of the stage. Now we're thrown into a mini boss fight. This boss does require a lot of hits to kill, so just be patient because the enemy has a very predictable pattern. Once the mini-boss is defeated, a capsule will pop out of the ground, providing you with the armor power-up. Once you get this capsule, then you have collected all the upgrades in this game. When it comes to fighting Sting Chameleon, normally you would use Koo Anger's weapon against him, but for some god unknown apparent reason, I thought it would be a good idea to take him on with the Mega Buster. He does have a very predictable pattern, but you just need to be constantly on the move, since Sting Chameleon can fire a lot of projectiles at you. When Sting Chameleon is defeated, let's move on to the last Robot Master, which will be Koo Anger. In the Koo Anger stage, we only need to collect one item, which is the Heart Tank in this stage. But we do need Koo Anger's weapon to get it. Once we reach this section of the stage, switch to the boomerang cutter and use the boomerang to bring the heart to you. When it comes to fighting Koo Anger, he is weak to the homing missile. So all you need to do is climb up the wall and continually shoot the homing missiles, and you should be able to take out this boss without any problems. With all the Robot Masters defeated, you could go straight to the Sigma stages, but we still need to do one last thing before we start the Sigma stages. We need to grab the last secret attack, but we can only get it once we have defeated all the Robot Masters and grabbed all the Heart Tanks, Sub-Tanks, and Body upgrades. You remember that scene in the Armored Armadillo stage between the Heart Tank and the boss chamber. We need to go back to that scene. But first we need to grab some extra lives. The best place to do that is at the very beginning of the Armored Armadillo stage. You'll notice that one of the bats is different from the rest of them. God bless the homage to Mega Man 2. Kill the bat and go to the left, and you'll notice when you walk back, the bat will respawn. This enemy has a tendency to give up free lives, so keep grabbing free lives until you have a total of 9. You'll find out soon enough why we need the extra lives. When you reach the last minecart, ride the minecart to the ledge just above the boss chamber and grab the power-up. Once you grab the power-up, jump into the pit and kill yourself. You'll need to jump into the pit 4 times total. The 5th time you ride the minecart and you reach the ledge, you'll notice a capsule. In this capsule, Dr. Light will give you the ability to use a Ryu-style fireball, but you can only use it when your health is full. You can do the fireball by doing a quarter circle punch. One special thing to note, this fireball is strong. So strong it can take out robot masters in one hit. And it can even take out First Form Sigma in one hit. So if your health bar is full, I would definitely tell you to take advantage of this really powerful attack. Now that we have grabbed every item in the game, it is time to take on the 4 Sigma stages. There isn't really much to collect in the 4 Sigma stages. Throughout the first 3 stages, you will have to fight the robot masters again, but since you have all of their enemy weaknesses, they should not be a problem. So in closing, guys, I'll show you how to defeat the main boss in each of the 4 Sigma stages. In the first Sigma stage, you'll have to fight Vile as a mini-boss. His weakness is the homing missile. He should not pose too much of a threat. The main boss of the first Sigma stage is a gigantic robotic spider. His movements can be very erratic, but he is weak to Chill Penguin's weapon. Just keep on the move and don't be afraid to use an energy sub-tank if your energy gets too low. In the second Sigma stage, the main boss is a giant robotic face. The best weapon to use against this boss is Sting Chameleon's weapon. Go after the eyes first and work on destroying the nose while avoiding the spikes at the very bottom. In the third Sigma stage, the main boss in this stage is the dinosaur tank. The best weapon to use for this boss is the boomerang cutter. He is actually not that difficult and can be taken care of pretty easily. In the fourth Sigma stage, you have to fight a total of 3 bosses. I highly recommend going into this boss fight with all of your energy sub-tanks filled to the max. This stage gives you an excellent opportunity to fill up your sub-tanks before you reach the boss chamber. If you see the caterpillars on the wall, you can destroy them to collect energy power-ups to make sure that your sub-tanks are full. So just make sure that your energy and your sub-tanks are at max before you fight the 3 bosses in this stage. The first boss is Sigma's robotic dog. He is weak to Chill Penguin's weapon, so use that to your advantage. His attacks may seem a little erratic and a little random, and he does have a very unpredictable pattern, but with a couple of shots from Chill Penguin's weapon, he should go down pretty quickly. The second boss is Sigma's first form. Even though I killed him using Ryu's fireball, if for any apparent reason, if you don't have the opportunity to hit him with it, he is weak to Spark Mandrill's weapon. The final form of Sigma is a lot more difficult. In order to defeat him, you need to jump on either of his hands, then jump and shoot him in the head. He is weak to the rolling shield, so take advantage of that, but you're going to have to be constantly on the move, since he will fire a wide range of attacks, and they can do quite a bit of damage. You will have to use your sub-tanks, but hopefully with enough patience and persistence, you can beat him. One more thing, guys. If for any apparent reason you can't beat it in one sitting, the game does have a password option. You'll get a password every time you beat one of the stages, so if for any apparent reason you have to turn off the game, just input the password to start at where you left off. And one last thing, guys, that when you use any of the enemy's weapons, you can actually charge them up to get a souped up version of their weapon. So there we have it, guys. We have now successfully fully completed Mega Man X for the Super Nintendo. It's not a terribly difficult game, guys, but please understand that like most Mega Man games, there is no right or wrong way to play this. You can fight the Robot Masters whichever way you prefer. Just remember that you can backtrack to any of the stages at any time. And you're going to have to, because you're going to have to backtrack to some of the stages, especially if you want to grab all the items that this game has to offer. Ain't this a catchy little ditty? One of my favorite tracks on the Mega Man X game. So anyway, guys, if you do like Mega Man X, some other games I can definitely recommend are obviously one of the favorites of the Mega Man X fans, and that is Mega Man X2 for the Super Nintendo. And my personal favorite out of the entire Mega Man X series, and that is Mega Man X4 for the PlayStation. Now guys, if you do have a hard time trying to find the Mega Man X games, since they can be a little rare from time to time, we actually have a game for the PlayStation 2 called the Mega Man X Collection, and it has all the Mega Man X games 1 through 6. So this is a great way to get the best bang for your buck, because it does have all the Mega Man X games for the Super Nintendo and the PlayStation. And I'm actually enjoy all the Mega Man X games, except for Mega Man X5. I'm not really the biggest fan of that game. And I am one of the few people that actually enjoy Mega Man X6, because I really love a lot of the Robot Master fights in that game. So anyway, if you find this game, definitely add it to your collection. So anyway, guys, that takes care of another episode of The Completionist. So as always, take care, and I wish you nothing but the best. Later.